So good afternoon, September the 27th, 2013. This is CISG114, Section 2, Web Technology and Life. This is the second day in the second week of the semester. Let's get started. Good afternoon, welcome back to this class, CISG114, Section 2, Web Technology and Life. Today is the second day of the second week, okay? And actually, this is your third lessons in the semester because we lost one day last Friday because of the Mid-Autumn Festival. Okay? So before I get started for today's class, I would like to remind you before the end of tomorrow, Saturday, you need to send me an email naming your learning partner with the ID and the full name, as well as your ID and the full name. When you send me the email naming your learning partner, you need to CC to your learning partner. Now, each one of you has to do this very important thing. Okay? You will have a learning partner of your own choice. Okay? So, with that learning partner, you two will walk to the end of the semester. Okay? It's very important. And once I got all the information of the learning partner, starting next week, you will be given a peer discussion forum so that you and your learning partner can go to enjoy discussion through the peer discussion forum. Okay? Grab one table with fewer than 4 persons. Okay? So thank you very much for coming back. Okay? So why don't you join the other table? There are 2 persons there. Okay? So you need to have a table filled up with 4 persons, all right? So we have 3 more tables to go. I'm going to have, as far as my roster tells me, 26 students in this class, right? So you can go to, yes, any table with fewer than 4 persons, any table fewer than 4 persons. No, you don't create your own table, you join the other table. Join one table with fewer than 4 persons. Okay, sorry for that. It's very important. We have 4 persons per table. Okay, both of these tables have 3, so you can join any one of this. Thank you very much. Sorry to disturb you. Welcome back again. All right. So may I just remind you before the end of this Saturday, that means tomorrow, you need to give me an email naming your learning partner with full information, ID and name. Okay? Not just your learning partner's ID and name, but your name and learning partner too. And your full name too. That means 2 sets of full student ID and names, yours and your learning partner. And when you send me this email, CC to your learning partner so that I can install you with a peer discussion forum starting next week. With that peer discussion forum, you can start sharing with your learning partner what you have written down in your online learning journal. Okay? It's very important. And the second announcement is we have 5 students who are going to share with us today in the second half hour. So I'm going to show you the name of that 5 persons. That's very excellent. We have students sharing, helping us to understand something of their discovery from this course website, what they have learned. All right? So, may I ask you, are you in the right classroom? Web Technology and Life, right? Okay, this is a general education course. We are in the second week. So then, let's go to the website. This is the week number 2's website. When you look at this week's website, you see that there is a theme called Common Module 1, Introduction to IT and Knowledge Society. All right? And on a specific day on this past Tuesday, I helped you to understand something on day number 3, which is inquiry-based learning. All right? So the first thing you need to do to review on inquiry-based learning is each one of you grab one A4 paper in front of you in your table. Each one of you grab one A4 paper. Okay? And would you please transform this A4 paper into 8 sets of A5 paper. That means throw it and throw it again, all right? So you're going to have 4 pieces of A5 paper on one side, another 4 pieces of A5 paper on the other side. Okay, get that ready. So what I would like you to do in the following 3 minutes only, okay, I would like you to write down your statement, your personal statement of what IBL is all about. This is what we've gone through on Tuesday, all right? So that we have not done that exercise completely. So to begin with today's class, I'm going to give you 3 minutes until 2:40. You're going to produce your statement of IBL, okay? Your personal statement of inquiry-based learning, IBL, using 3 minutes, all right? So 3 minutes will be good enough. So once you got your paper folded into A5, choose one side and write your statement of IBL on that particular A5 piece of paper. Yes, yes, right. Just write it here. And I'm going to ask you to write like this on this side, all right? Okay? Yes. Wow, you produced a mistake of an A5. Okay, this is called A5. This is half an A5. So you just write down your IBL. Please write down your statement of IBL on one. You don't need to cut it because good afternoon. Let me see. Here is your table because this is the only table left with 3 persons. Okay, so you need to fold the A4 piece of paper into A5 and write down your statement of IBL here on that piece of A4 paper and turn it into A5. Write down on that A5 your statement of IBL, okay? Inquiry-based learning. And I promised that today we must manage to end the class 10 minutes before 4 o'clock, all right? So that you have enough time to go to the next classroom. This is very important. Yes. Okay, your interpretations of IBL. Yes, write a sentence that represents your understanding of IBL. Yes, thank you. Your statement means you need to write one sentence to express your understanding of what IBL is. Okay? Inquiry-based learning. Hopefully you have gone through some of these, right? If not, this is the time for you to review it. Inquiry-based learning. You just have 2 minutes left, all right? Your understanding of inquiry-based learning, IBL, okay? Very good. I see a lot of you writing down your statement. This is day number 3's material that we introduced on the past Tuesday. Remember, on this past Tuesday, we helped you to review the meanings of coming to terms with Web 2.0. Okay? And we used a very interesting video. And I invite you to think about some questions, okay, of your Web 2.0 lifestyle involving social networking sites. Do you use Facebook? How long have you been using Facebook? If you don't use Facebook, maybe QQ. Do you use QQ? How long have you been using QQ? And then how many hours that you're going to spend on Facebook or QQ per day? And what if you cannot use Facebook or QQ anymore in your life? What's going to become of you? These are the questions you answer on Tuesday. Today, I'm going to ask you, inquiry-based learning, what is it all about based on your understanding? So your statement, your sentence, now it's going to be very useful. We are down to the last 50 seconds. We're down to the last 50 seconds, okay? So this is active learning classroom, so you need to do something, right? So very important that you carry something into the classroom. And if you look at the website, we do have the class video on Tuesday posted on YouTube already. So you can watch the class video on Tuesday by clicking the link right there. Class video from day number 3, okay? Here we go. Let's watch. What's the meaning of IBL from the student's viewpoint? Oh, what's wrong? Let's see, what's wrong? Let's see what's wrong. All right, let's give you 1 second. I'm still writing down the statements there.
Okay, well, to me, inquiry-based learning is related to a research project, essentially, because that's what I do day to day. I'm a postgraduate researcher. So inquiry-based learning is about spending time looking for information that's relevant to the topic that you have in hand.
I think it's a lot to do with self-directed learning. From my experience in our first and second year, we've given a lot more lectures, you know, not spoon-fed if you like, but a lot more shown the path basically. But now in our fourth and fifth year, we're basically left to it, and we're taught the skills in which we can teach ourselves. So I think that's what it would mean.
Can you please describe what you think inquiry-based learning is?
Okay, I think inquiry-based learning encompasses lots of different things. It's a break from the kind of traditional kind of parrot patching kind of learning, just looking at books and things like that. It's combining elements of teamwork, collaborative learning, and using technologies as well to facilitate learning and doing your own research as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you heard a very short video, 1 minute plus 10 seconds. It's an interview for individual students on their understandings of inquiry-based learning. So, anyone who would like to tell me your understanding of inquiry-based learning from your perspective? What do you think? Inquiry-based learning. Any idea? Any ideas? Do you have any ideas? Inquiry-based learning. Do you have any ideas? Let's see. One idea. Students more active. Yes, do you have anything to add? Work with others, communicate. Okay, so good. Thank you very much for the ideas. Do you have anything to add?
Obtain knowledge by different ways.
Obtain knowledge through different ways. Okay, any feedback? This?
I agree. I think people is like to ask and research project.
Research project.
Research project.
Okay.
And lesson more lecture. Yeah, it's like not a traditional study.
Not a traditional study. Not much lecture. Okay. Any more?
When about that, I think more related with our people.
More communications with others. Anything you want to add?
Students decide a question to ask.
Okay, that's very good. Student decide the question to ask. Do you have anything to add?
Students can learn by yourself.
Student can learn by themselves. Okay, that's very interesting. Do you have any idea to add inquiry-based learning?
So much. So I would like to say that, to my understanding, it's kind of learning that it's the student themselves choose what they learn first, because it's questioning. They choose what they're interested in, and they ask the teacher back, not just teacher give them stuff and they review and answer.
That's very, very good. The student choose the question they ask and they explore it and ask the teacher to help them to understand more rather than the teacher give them a question. Okay? So it's very interesting. Do you have anything to add? Anything you can think of?
It's okay.
Okay. All right, it's okay. We got very good responses from students too. Let me just walk to the other table. Do you have anything to add in inquiry-based learning?
Well, I think it's less lecture than maybe teacher and students. The connection between teacher and students is playing not too much important as before.
Okay.
It's much necessary for students to find out what they really want to learn, and students must be active.
Okay, that's very good. Student must be active, and the distance between teacher and student is not as far as is expected in the lecture-based class. Okay, anything you want to add for the rest of the table? Yes, you can feel free to say that.
I think its approach is to learning that are based on the investigation of questions or problems.
Oh, that's great. Investigations, questions, or problems. Yeah, that's very good. So, do you have anything to add?
I think IBM is an individual study.
Individual study.
And the teacher will not talk too much and give you a topic. The students need to find the answer alone.
Okay, that's very interesting and innovative. Teacher do not speak as much as in lecture-based class. The student has to find out more on their own. Any feedback from your table? Yes, let me just turn the camera first. Yes?
Change the way of students thinking.
Change the way students thinking, yes. Any more?
Teamwork.
Teamwork, yeah, okay.
Not only the teaching and knowledge in the book,
Yes.
and really more the technology and other things.
Okay, that means we don't just learn from the textbook, we learn from other things such as the intellect, such as from the topic discussions. Okay, any more from the other members?
I think it depends on students' desire to ask or to learn. Students will be more engaged in the class and learn to teach themselves instead of depending on teachers' lectures or their textbooks.
Very good. That means they learn how to fish rather than be given a fish to eat, right? Okay.
I think students learn something can explore by themselves.
Very good. They can learn something and explore it by themselves. Could you help pass the microphone to this table? Thank you very much. Yes, could you help us to understand more?
I think IDL means students should spend more time looking for information by themselves, and they can use different technology to help them in studies.
Very good.
I think IBL lets students wonder more about the lesson instead of just receiving all this information.
Yes, thinking more, yes.
Yeah, through asking questions, they can also learn more because the teacher answered their questions.
Very good. Asking questions can learn more. Any more from the table?
Students can study by themselves.
Students can study by themselves. And any more from the table? I very much welcome the idea from the gentleman there. He said we need to use different technologies to help us to learn. Yes, very often we have to come to the web, right? Using the web to do research, and we often use the same web to write down our notes from the journal. And next week, when you have your learning partner, we're going to have the peer discussion forum to help you discuss. It's a different technology for you to learn. Okay, we thank you very much. Now, don't worry. The last person, do you have anything to add? Okay, it's okay. Just leave the microphone there first. Now, may I just come back to today's class by helping you to understand a little bit more about today's context. Well, if you look at the themes of the whiteboard for this week, we are talking about introduction to information technology and knowledge society. So let's go to the whiteboard first. May I invite you now, turn to the second piece of your A5 paper. Now you have your A4 paper folded into A5, right? So if you look at the theme of this week, it's called Introduction to IT and Knowledge Society. Let us try to look at the readings for this week. The reading for this week informs us that we have two chunks of data for us to study. One is what is information technology. The other is what is knowledge society. Your job to share with us next week is to select one topic under each channel. Select one topic under what is information technology, one topic under what is knowledge society, so we can learn more from all of you next week when you come to the sharing. Share with us which topic you have selected for your study. Okay, let's come back to this week. So, what is IT? I want you to use your second piece of A5 paper to use 3 more minutes to ask yourself, what is IT? Information technology. What do you make of it? What is IT? We just cannot afford too much time here, but we must make you think about it. What is IT? Now, it's your definition time. What is IT? Okay? Oh, definitely. Once you've finished putting down your ideas of IT, you can share that with your tables partners. Okay? What is IT? Okay? Thank you very much. What is IT? I teach, so that is IT. I teach, that is my IT, right? So what is your definitions of IT? Let me count the number of minutes. We have to be very careful. I cannot go over 3 o'clock because it's your sharing time. What is IT? Yes. It's the short form of information technology. Yes, it's one answer already. But what is information technology? Your understanding IT. Okay, yes.
I think it may be the technology which used to store.
Very good. Yes, very good. You put it down and share it with your table partner first. In a minute, we're going to come to you when you share it. Okay? Put it in the second piece of A5 paper. Very good. You have good ideas of what is IT, information technology. And definitely for your convenience, I've already put on each table one piece of our syllabus, okay? It's for your convenience. But remember, you need to bring your syllabus when you come to this class. So, this is your personal versions. Do you have a syllabus? Okay, you can keep this, the other one. Yes, thank you. Here we go, 1 minute left. What is information technology for you? What is IT? It's very important that before we learn anything, we try to position ourselves to learn it the best we could by asking ourselves the basic question, what is IT? Very good. So let me give you some hints on what is IT. Now watch. Okay, so there is something wrong with that. Okay, watch.
Information technology, IT. It's this. Yes, IT is wow. It's stuff your parents haven't even thought of yet. IT is moving, it's mixing, sharing, and more. IT is solving a problem, thinking and processing. IT is making money, saving lives, changing the world. It's a living, it's a life. IT is in your pocket, it's at your fingertips. It's here, there, and everywhere. IT is on CSI, in business, in the lab, it's in the hospital, on the radio, in the movies. IT is behind eBay, iTunes, and Facebook. IT is people who make it work, who figure it out, make it happen. And that's it. That's IT. Information technology. Talk to your school counselor. Take the classes. You're it.
You got some ideas about IT with this very short video. They have shown you a lot of things. What is IT? What have you captured? Alright, so you got some ideas. IT seems to be everywhere. So what is IT? Now I want to invite each table to propose one definition of IT. Okay, so maybe we go from this table first. Could you help pick up the microphone and help us to understand your table's definitions of IT? It's okay? What is IT?
Oh, IT is a convenient way to connect with people. IT is sharing and can make a lot of money. IT is our life.
Okay.
That's all.
Could you pass the microphone to a table of your choice? You choose one table. Okay. So you choose one table. So what is IT? Help us to understand your table's version of IT. Yes.
IT is a tool for people around the world to share and exchange their information freely without geographic limits. It is also how information is handled through spreadsheets, websites, Word documents, and others. It also includes how the information is created through tools such as HTML, and it's useful for business, medicines, and school. And it is also something you can share on websites, and you can get information through.
Thank you. Wow, it's a lot of information to put things together very nicely. Any other additions from your members from this table? You can act, yes, you can act freely. Okay, it's all right. Could you help pass the microphone to any table of your choice? Thank you very much. Here we go. Yes, could you help us to understand your table's versions of IT?
IT is including hardware and software. IT can moving, sharing, making money. It's a learning, it's a life. And IT can make our life more convenient also. It's a business.
Thank you, very good. Any more? Any more ideas?
IT is an application of the computer and telecommunications equipment to the scale
Yes,
recreative and mini power data.
Okay, very good. You add something very concrete, right? Telecommunications. Could you pass the microphone to another table of your choice? Yes. Thank you. Help us to understand your table's versions of IPPs.
I think IT is sharpness. It can exist in a system, a machine, or in a product. Obviously, it should be an important skill in our work.
Oh, you mentioned one thing very good. IT should be a very important skills in our life, right? So any more you can add, or your table's member, you can add to that?
Well, I think IT is an advanced technology which people use for information storage, transmission, and analysis and sharing.
That's very good. Technology to help make people together.
I think IT is we can enjoy information resources based together through collecting and delivering information.
Wow, that's very good. Your table has a very pinpointed definition of IT. Very interesting. Information. So could you pass the microphone to the other two tables, one of your choice? Oh, that's great.
I think IT is a good way for learning or sharing.
Okay, it's a good way to learn and to share, yes.
We can share photo to the internet
Okay.
with our friends and find some answers that we don't know in the internet.
Okay, find some specific answer to questions of interest on the internet. Any more?
I think
Could you
IT.
stand up a little bit because I cannot see your face in the camera? Okay, thank you.
I think IT is serving to the internet to find something,
All right.
including Facebook sharing important and software to get something useful information in our life.
Wow, that's good. You mentioned Facebook. Information is important in our life. Any more?
I think that IT all the time, even in our network in the room, we can get all kinds of information from a different touch.
Oh, very good. We can get all kinds of information through that. Any more? Yes, thank you.
Well, I think the IT itself is the kind of technology that keeps on searching and discovering new ways that people can connect with each other, exchanging information and data and so on and so forth.
Wow, very pinpointed, very good. It's a technology to connect people so that they could exchange information in whatever way that's convenient to them. Very good. Thank you. So the last table, please. Yes. So what do you think about IT?
Our group thinks that IT is needed for our life. It's what makes our lives easier.
Thank
by connecting people using WeChat, Facebook,
Yes.
WhatsApp,
Wow,
and
that's
also helps to invent new things like the new iPhone, new free,
Okay.
and exploring new things in the world.
Wow, you mentioned iPhone, you mentioned WeChat, you mentioned Facebook. That's all these examples of ITs, right? So any other from your table? Any other feedback from your table?
It's our opinion.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you very much. So, by hearing all your possible feedback or definitions of IT, I have this simple idea of how I define IT. Information technology is definitely a type of technology, right? It's a technology which has something to do with information, right? So IT is a technology which has something to do with information. So the next thing we need to ask is for what purpose? And you've given all these wonderful reasons for connecting people, for making money over the internet, for making life easier, using different kind of specific IT tools, right? WeChat, Facebook, whatever it is, iPhone. So that is a very good way for us to learn how to contribute to our understanding in IT. Now let's look at the watch, right? So it's now 3:05, so I think it's almost time for me to give the platform to the individual students who are going to share now. Let's go to the sharing sections, all right? Let's see who is going to share with us today. So, okay, let's come to the sharing platform from this discussion forum. Okay, student sharing. Today we have Jerry. Jerry, are you here? Okay, are you ready, Jerry? Okay, the second one is Wai Yan. Wai Yan, are you here? Okay, the third person is Kay. Kay, are you here? Good. And the fourth is Joanna. Joanna, are you here? Absent. Okay, anyway, don't worry. Cecilia, are you here? Cecilia?
I changed to the next slide.
Okay, that's good. Then reserve for next Tuesday, okay? So let's go for Jerry. Oh, it's going to be that Friday, right? Friday, is it not? Friday is not holiday, right? Tuesday is holiday, so Friday is back. Okay, don't worry. Oh, we lost another day. Okay. So, where is the microphone? Right here, yes. So anyway, you see my lecture, my material is already on the website, so you can study. So may I just pass the microphone to Jerry? You can stand if you need to use the computer. That means your journal. So could I just show the journal here? Okay, that's good. Let me just show Jerry's journal, and then we can listen to Jerry's here we go. We come to the journals. And then we got live journals. So let's go to Jerry. Okay, this is Jerry's journal. Is it good enough for you?
Yes.
Okay, before you start, let me just make sure the camera is on you. You're the big star now.
Sorry, can you make it louder?
Yes. Thank you, Jerry.
In the readings for week 1, I chose to read the passage named Tech Learning: A Day in the Life of Web 2.0. I think it's typical and worth sharing. In general, this passage describes the application of internet in teaching and learning aspects. Teachers search and download various materials from different resources such as podcasts, aiming at gaining better teaching effectiveness. Multiple media are used to give their students intuitional feelings and colorful contents in those materials. Inspires students to participate in the class. Besides, teachers working in different subjects are able to exchange ideas and discuss how to combine 2 subjects in one class, giving students more chances to learn wider knowledge. Some students use wiki tools. Some teachers use wiki tools installed on the school's network. They devote one part of the wiki site for students to edit. The access to the class wiki is reward for the most accomplished students. To contribute to their own wiki, they are able to format their content in a variety of ways, such as text, images, and links to audio and video files. And for students' parents, Web 2.0 enables them to get familiar with their child's performance in schools thanks to teachers' blogs. In a word, this reading indicates that web tools are so useful that our learning experience may be pale without them. Learning with superior technology really helps us a lot. Thank you.
Okay, Jerry, thank you very much. You have done very good preparations for that. So maybe next time you can use some PowerPoint for people to easily understand. I'm sure your table members will help you. So the second person is, could you introduce yourself?
My name is Huayan.
Huayan, yes.
Hello everyone. I'm going to talk about information privacy. First of all, privacy concerns exist whenever personally identifiable information is collected and stored in digital form or otherwise. Improper or non-existent disclosure control and be the root cause for privacy issues. And most people worry the personal information is about internet, control, television, medical, etc. For example, a person may not wish for their medical records to reveal to others. This may be because they could not wish for others to know about their condition. That is so embarrassing. Actually, the United States Department of Commerce created the International Safe Harbor Pharmacy Principles Certification Program in response to the 1995 Directive on Data Protection of the European Commission. We also have other ways to protect our information. There are policy communication, policy enforcement, and protecting privacy on the internet. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, we thank you very much for your very heartfelt declarations. So let's turn to the third student. Introduce yourself so that we can understand who you are.
Hi, my name is Kay.
Kay, thank you, Kay.
And today I'm going to consider how the Web 2.0 has impact on our lives.
Okay.
The information publish mode of Web 2.0 is different from Web 1.0.
Okay.
Web 2.0 emphasizes users' interactivity, but Web 1.0 does not.
Okay.
Besides, the mission of Web 2.0 is through the power of each user to organize and deepen the knowledge.
Okay.
Therefore, Web 2.0 is improving the world has never been so efficient and easy. There are some social media which are changing our daily life, such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Taobao, and Whiteboard.
Wow.
In the Web 2.0 world, we can have a lot of convenience. First, we can share our views or get the information we need without time and geography restrictions. Second, we make use of user-generated Wikipedia entries to become quickly informed about various topics of everyday life. Third, we can save the time in researching and the space of the information. To conclude, Web 2.0 has a great impact on our lives and we cannot live without Web 2.0. That's all, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kay. Wow, we have 3 presenters this week from this table. That's very good. We thank you very much for your work done to help us to understand more about this course in last week's reading. Now, may I just remind you, starting from next week, since you're going to have a learning partner, so besides proposing to share something on your own, you can actually bring your learning partner with you when you do the sharing, so that maybe one can help you with the PowerPoint, the other can help us to understand more through your explanation. Okay? So the two of you is going to receive the same amount of score. And we're going to have one more very interesting thing. Besides the person or the pair who's going to share, all the other table who are listening to the sharing, okay? You have to do one thing that is very productive for the person, the pair sharing. It's that at the end of the sharing, you need to ask one question related to the sharing. You need to ask one question related to the sharing. And you must put that question at the end of the class on the public discussion forum. Okay? So that means if we have 6 tables here, if I have sharing from one table, all the other table need to contribute one question at the end of the sharing. Okay?
One table, one question.
Yes, yes. It depends on which table you are, but at the end of that, you have to come up with one question. And of course, at the end of the lessons, that table, any person from that table is responsible for putting that question online, on the public discussion forum. Okay? That way, you can help the person or the pair who's sharing to understand more how to respond to the issue. That is one way we can learn from one another. Now don't worry, if you, after you have the question, you may not be able to answer the question in class. it's perfect. You don't need to do that. You just need to have some time to think about the question, put online, so that during the week you might want to respond to some. Okay? This is how we can learn from one another. No embarrassment. If you do not know the answer from the question, don't worry. And if you know the answer, you can answer it directly in class. Good. Another way to step further in our discussions. Okay? This is how we learn from one another. So we can encourage us to participate, listen attentively, and contribute questions. Okay? Answer are not important at this point. Question is very important. All right. So let's take a break because I need some time to fix the camera. And then during the break, let me offer you something to do. That is to watch a very interesting video.
Three centuries ago, the great English scientist, Sir Isaac